Why is it that every time you start to win, you end up throwing it all away? You're on a streak, discipline's tight, momentum's building, and then out of nowhere you binge, you ghost, you relapse, you quit, and now you're just back at zero, asking yourself, why do I always self-sabotage right before success? You see, this was me for years. I'd go all in on something, whether it was fitness, dating, career, even faith. And the moment that I actually started seeing results, I'd blow it. I'd get lean and then binge for a whole week, just eating like crap. I'd build confidence and then slip back into old habits. I'd land a great job and then I'd start doubting myself until I performed like crap. And I used to think it was just bad luck or a lack of discipline, but it's actually deeper than that. Here's the truth. Your life will always snap back to the identity that you believe about yourself. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how many women notice you, how shredded you get. If your self-image says, I'm the guy who fails, then you'll always find a way to fail. And that's what self-sabotage really is, right? It's not random mistakes, but your subconscious dragging you back to what feels normal. You see, when I first got in shape, I thought the hard part was over, but as soon as I saw abs, I lost control. I ended up going on nights out, eating pizza at 2 a.m. Just slowly, backsliding until I looked in the mirror and thought, fuck, I did all that for nothing. I wasted all that consistency. You see, it wasn't discipline that failed me, it was identity. Deep down, I still saw myself as the average guy. And my actions always came back to match that picture. It was the same thing in my career, right? I went from factory work to corporate sales. Huge leap. But once I started making real money, my performance tanked. Why was that? Because deep down, I still saw myself as the laborer, the factory worker, not a man who belonged in the boardroom. So I sabotaged myself until I nearly lost it all. And you know what? This is why so many men keep looping in the same cycles. They lose the weight and then they gain it all back. They'd fix a relationship and then mess it up again. Or they'd start a business and then self-destruct before it actually takes off. You see, it's not discipline, it's not luck, it's self-image. And until you shift it, you'll just stay stuck forever. You see, success isn't about working harder. It's about becoming the man who naturally does the work without forcing it. It just flows naturally, right? You see, when your identity shifts, discipline stops being this painful chore, this painful grind. It just becomes who you are. That's why some men don't relapse, they don't quit, they don't sabotage anymore. They didn't just change habits, they changed their identity. So then you're asking yourself, how do you stop self-sabotage? Well, step one, get aware of the pattern. You need to catch yourself when you're about to blow it. Step two, ask yourself, who do I believe I am right now? And then step three, replace the old story. You need to speak, act, and move like the man that you're becoming, not the man that you've been before. And this is essentially why I built the masculine reset, because I wasted years just repeating the same cycles over and over again. If I had a framework back then, I would have cut years of pain and trial and error. And right now I'm in the process of building the full 30-day identity shift. But for now, I put together a free 7-day masculine reset. It's structure, it's daily action, it's identity work. If you're tired of sabotaging yourself every time that you win, this is a good place to start. Because brother, hear me on this. You're not cursed. You're not broken. You're just living in the wrong self-image, the wrong identity. Shift that and you'll stop self-sabotaging yourself forever. So click the link below, it's in the description, grab the free reset, and start building the man who doesn't throw it all away. Catch you guys in the next one.